Hi everyone, it's Zelda. So tonight we're playing more Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. I did a little bit of grinding off stream, so I learned a lot. So there is an item, well, easy to show you after this next boss, but I did some stuff wrong and I missed an important item that made all of the invisible enemies in this map visible, so this really is definitely from the Saga team, because this is something else I noticed. The Saga games are really fun, or the Final Fantasy Legend, as they came out here. But the difficulty is very unbalanced, and you just kind of hit walls. This one wasn't too bad in this game, but it definitely expected you to grind, and I was like lulled into a false sense of security with the previous thing. So I did a little grinding off stream. I just finished up all those battlefield things, which are a little boring, but you can literally just hold A and just wait to win. So whatever. I got a few pieces of equipment from that. I got a lot of gold and money. And without further ado... Oh, am I not getting music? 1 second. There we go. There we go! There's that track we all remember and love. I will say, is there only one audio track? Because this is the boss, surely. Is there really only one boss theme for this whole game? Anyway, hi Baxter and Doc. How's everyone doing in the chat? If you're in the live chat or watching on the YouTube, let me know in the comments, what's your favorite Final Fantasy game and why? So, I just kind of came back here, I ground a little, and I set my character to manual, so she wouldn't, like, waste all of her stuff before we even get here. So let's see what fire does here. Fire versus thunder. My sleep? Yeah, there we go. It actually tells you. So most Final Fantasy games, you just have to tell from the damage, really. So that's kind of nice. Ow! Holy crap. It is kind of interesting. So I'm not the biggest fan of... I tend to prefer my MP, but it is interesting that you can... like... So this way you have, like, say, 10 white magic charges, 10 black magic charges. Oh. That's not good. So, the guest characters do not revive. That might have to be a reset. Wow, I don't... I don't know if I have something that can revive people mid-battle. Is that what the refresher does, maybe? Zelda regained abilities. Oh. I think that, like, clears status? No, that... I don't know what that does. I guess clears debuffs? So... I accidentally talked to the boss, or no, I jumped into the boss, so I was going to do a regular save. You can save anywhere, so it's not really cheating to use a save state like this. Never played any Final Fantasy game. You should correct that. Wow. It is definitely one of my favorite series. The Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, if you don't mind, like, NES and SNES style games, that's a good place to start. If you like more modern stuff, the Final Fantasy VII Remake is fantastic. And if you're kind of in the middle of those two, I definitely recommend Final Fantasy X. So... I guess just spam fire. Alright, so we can survive a few of that. My favorite fitness is 14 because it's an integral part of my life. I'm tempted to try that, but, like, I think if I tried Final Fantasy 14 now, I'd have to treat it as, like, work. So, like, because I can't have an MMO take up, like, all of my life, but I think if I just, like, I could try it for the content, and, like, it sounds like it has so many references to, like, every Final Fantasy game. It does sound really good. It's just MMOs. I love the damage sprites in this. Oh, I'm strong against water attack, apparently. It's just something where I can see myself waste, like, MMOs I either spend way too much time on, or I just, like, quit way too fast. Same with same basically with roguelikes. Like, I almost don't want to enjoy a roguelike, because if I do, I'm going to play it for like 300 hours and get nothing else done. Oh, 9's a really good one. I'm highly biased because it was the first one I finished, but Final Fantasy VIII is my favorite. I just love Squall and, like, just a lot of cool stuff going on. I love the fact that enemy drops are actually good and unique is so cool to me. I love the refined system. I almost feel sorry for him. He's doing so much less damage this time. I don't know what happened. Did he get a crit, maybe? The pixel remasters are fantastic, so all of the games have been upgraded to kind of SNES quality, or a little bit higher, actually. It looks kind of like a more modern pixel art game, instead of, you know, NES graphics can look a little rough if you weren't raised with them. And it's very accessible in that it has features like auto-run, you can turn encounters off, you can increase the amount of money and experience you get. So if you don't like the grind, you can totally just skip any grind. Not all the early Final Fantasy games were super bad grind-wise, but it still helps. Just gonna take it cautious here. I'm almost done with Final Fantasy V, so in the Pixel Remaster, I beat Final Fantasy I for the first time. It was alright. I actually kind of, so Final Fantasy IV and V is kind of where Final Fantasy starts getting to what I like about FF. Like, I like the characters and the story and everything. I tend to prefer the MP system. But I played Final Fantasy IX, or 3, one of them. I did not like Final Fantasy III's job system as much as 1, because, like, poor guy! You have to kind of, like, well, you do have to. You have to stay with your class in Final Fantasy 1, whereas you just change them around in 3, and Final Fantasy 3 doesn't have the deep job system that 5 has. It was just, like, the jobs just don't feel very significant. Can I melt this boy before I get downed? Oh yeah, it seems like every single boss in Final Fantasy history is added up in 14. So Final Fantasy is a very, like, it has a lot of deep references for the longtime fans, but Final Fantasy games, like, the neat thing about Final Fantasy references is so, it's not like you need to play every single game to get most of the basic references. Like, every game has a Cid, you know, most games have the crystals, you know, you'll see recurring enemies like the Tonberry and stuff. You don't need to, like, start from number 1 or anything by any means. My only complaint about Final Fantasy V's job system is that I'm playing the game on 4 times job XP, and, like, including a fair bit of grinding, it still feels like it took too long to get everything mastered. And especially, and that's with the new features that, like, the auto battle system in 4 is so good, or in the Pixel Remaster is so good. A nice thing about the Pixel Remaster, for better or worse, the games are kind of normalized, so the menu system and, like, features, like, you get the same menuing and, like, input experience, so the gameplay mechanics are still different. You know, Final Fantasy 1 still has, you know, Final Fantasy 2 still has its awful stat system, Final Fantasy 4 still has its, like, leaving characters, but the UI and stuff is pretty consistent, so it just makes it really easy to get into. Yeah, they tend to do stuff where, like, there's definite references, but you don't really need to get the reference. It's just kind of neat thing, like, oh yeah, I played the game that guy's from. The crystal, I'll go back to Aquaria and see if the ice melted. Don't forget to see Grandpa. Right, bye! She's just gonna leave in the middle of this, like, horrible dungeon. River coin! It feels so wrong to just, like, leave the crystals here, but whatevs. So I got this magic... Oh, oops. I got this magic mirror item, so you can now see that we can actually see the enemies on the map, so... And that turned out to be in the first room. I just needed to go, like, all the way to the right. I guess they're probably pretty limited by the Game Boy, but I wish more enemies had like the damage sprites in the Saga series. Hey, EUCWolf. I hate Yardberg. I was considering getting a gardener, but money issues. I'm gonna make a list of some stuff like that as like goals for. So my next goal. Oh yeah. Oh, oops. Wrong thing. Oh, come on. One of the worst feelings in the world is when you think you've copy and pasted something and it did not, in fact, copy and paste. Like, and you just paste nothing or the wrong thing. Ugh. What adorable sprites. So all of my paid members on YouTube, if you click that join button, you can get the custom emoji I'm going to spam here. You can get monthly cat pictures, which I just pushed out to all paid members and my Patreons. So big thanks to everyone that supports me on there. This is my full-time job now, so I'm definitely trying to ramp stuff up, and I'm getting more productive. I'm still getting used to being my own boss and all that, but I think it's going really well. Aside from my sleep issues, I've had terrible sleep this week, but I'll fix it. I remember picking raspberries. It was not very fun. you put in a lot of work for like, I mean, it was a decent amount of raspberries, but I think it kind of made me hate raspberries, honestly. But like, I think it was black raspberries. My parents planted some. I kind of wish I had that good old teleport spell. Oh, I'm not in the best shape here, so let's. Very nice to have that heal spell, because I ended up running myself... Oh no, I ran myself out of cure potions getting here without, like, spending too many spells. Oh, thanks, EUCWolf! I sent a heart. I'm not entirely sure what that, like, does, but... So can I... Oh, you can hit the full party with that! Oh, I think it was lightning they're weak to. Though honestly, this kind of is an interesting way to like ramp up the difficulty on the player. You get all the way in with 2 characters, and then you have to leave with just 1. Then again, to get to the boss, you must have cleared out the way to the exit, so not that big of a deal, because no random encounters. I'm already asleep, bro! They really wanted me asleep. This game really loves its status ailments. I get them so often. And they're pretty devastating when you only have 1 character. So I had a pretty productive day. I stayed up until 5, and then I went to bed and woke up at like noon. And I've been pretty productive. I got quite a few things done. It's all pretty much behind the scenes. Oh, I did set up this thing, so I had like a custom little content warning thing where I can just like pick and choose what things they warn about. So I think it's pretty nice. I'm still figuring out some stuff to show off. Like, I'll need a layout when I get a VTuber character finally. So I just haven't had time to figure that out. I tend to not like big fancy layouts, like hide too much of the game, but I'll make something work. I was wondering if they'd be like immune to that or something. I've been in a speedrun watching mood. I've been watching lots of old GDQ VODs and stuff. Thanks, yeah, I just kind of picked a Canva template that looked pretty close. I'm just kind of trying to keep like a consistent brand. I think I'll eventually pay for some custom stuff, for sure. I'm just kind of doing that one thing at a time because like, income isn't currently great. I'm treating it more like a business and I'm getting Well, I'm trying to get a separate checking and savings account, but Chase still has my old name. It's... Name changing stuff is such a pain in the butt. If you ever change your name, honestly... Oh wait, that's Quake. I keep thinking that's Thunder. If you ever change your name, it tends to be easier to just delete your old accounts and make new ones. Because I keep finding Chase having my old name in like multiple places. It's so annoying. But yeah, so in the spirit of like being more professional, I'm considering getting some background music, some custom sounds and stuff, but that'll all be one at a time, so for now, doing some template stuff is good. I should... These are not very fair with only one character, are they? I'm just gonna run. Wait. So I can't possibly actually have to go this way, I just kind of realized that, because... Oh, oops. Because if he's here, if he... Like, they don't respawn. Will you die if I just do that? Yes, you will. Okay. You may as well see what's up here. I do like that the chests, the generic item chests that respawn, they're the kind of ugly brown ones. Whereas the fancy ones with like real key items that are permanent, they're more fancy. Just more explosives, wonderful. I'm surprised by how much of a maze this thing is. This is like the second major dungeon, really? I guess maybe third if you count that forest, but not exactly major. I am on the first floor at least. Like, I tried Kiritsa, it just didn't have the, it just didn't have the text stuff I needed from Jimp. Canville will work for now, though. I just... One thing at a time. Where? I have no idea how to get out of this place. Like, this place is more of a maze than most, like, quote-unquote real Final Fantasy games, like mainline Final Fantasy, I guess. I'm pretty sure this is not the right way. Oh. Let's make some birds bald. So many things get bald. I gotta get back in the habit of making thumbnails. I really hate making thumbnails. Honestly, I'd never... I don't want to get like super rich and famous. I just want to make enough money that I can pay someone else to do all the streaming stuff I don't like thumbnails and like social media posting, all of that stuff. I just want to stream and like chat with people. I do not think I'm going the right way. No. I guess largely a budget thing, but like, it doesn't help how samey everything on the map is. So we're on the third floor, this definitely isn't. Let's get back down to first floor. The whole thing where there's like 5 different ways to enter every level, like, always messes with my brain. Oh, I learned? I thought, oh, maybe there's tech where you can, like, jump over enemies, but no, if you jump into an enemy, you fight them. Which makes sense, I guess, otherwise you just trivialize the game entirely. How do I get out of this place? I want to get off Mr. Ice Temple's wild ride. Oh, I think this might be it. I think that's our exit. Goodness. There we go. Don't fully get what that whole thing is about. Oh, yeah, everything's back. Those crystals really work fast. Thanks, Granny. Or, you're welcome, Granny. Something. The insides look like... They look more like Phantasy Star than anything else to me. Phantasy Star is a really interesting series. It's a little hard to play the classic ones, but they're pretty cool, especially for their time. If you've met Grandpa, he's in the tunnel under this house. Okay, just... That doesn't sound like elder abuse at all. Just keep your grandpa in the tunnel. Actually, never mind. They do that in Legend of Zelda too, so I guess it's fine. Grandpa is in the tunnel. Okay. Oh, so that's why we can walk into the water. For some reason on the SNES Final Fantasy games, being able to walk in the water there like this was like, wow, exciting feature. Also, I'm like drowning. What? This seems dangerous for like a grandpa storage unit. What the hell? This isn't a tunnel. This is like a death grotto with a waterfall. Grandpa, where are you? Oh my god. What is this ridiculous subterranean waterfall that is gigantic? Why does Grandpa live here? I guess Grandpa is safe. There's no monsters here, so like... As long as he's not like allowed to walk off the edge like I'm not. The claws feel so unnecessary. I guess it's just... Oh! There's Grandpa. What's up, Grandpa? The ice has melted. How did it happen? Phoebe and I restored the Crystal of Water's light? Then you're the Knight of Prophecy. The shield has found its owner. See, Gashapon games could learn from this. This is very quick dialogue. Question marks? A shield used only by knights in days gone by, and Captain Mac found it. Captain Mac, I've heard that name before. For years, Mac's been studying a prophecy. On his way back from doing some great research, the lake dried up and his ship ended up on a rock ledge. But that's no problem. If we dig from here, we'll be able to reach the ship. Okay. That doesn't sound insane, but it's just... Anyway, here's a key. The shield is hidden in the focus tower. By the way, Fireberg's been having some strong earthquakes lately. Of course, that's the fire crystal place. Fireberg, very subtle. Let's just dig our way under a lake. That sounds like a good idea. These people are bonkers. Alright, let's see what's over this way. By the way, I'm hoping to settle my stream schedule a little bit more, so hopefully people aren't too confused by... So what I've been doing lately is just increasing the stream time, like 1 hour every week. So next week it's 6 PM. I'm just kind of trying to get a feel for what works for me. I'm thinking what I'll probably end up doing eventually is having a morning or like, you know, midday stream and then a later one at like 6 PM feels about right, I think. That seems like the right time for like American audiences, and like maybe I'll have an earlier day one for, you know, second shift people, for European people, you know, all them peoples. Alright. That was odd. Does this go to like a different area in the same cave? Oh, no, it doesn't. Well, kind of, but like not meaningfully. Anything under the waterfall? Oh. Back to the focus tower we go. Oh, we might have some more. Oh, look at... I do love the world map changes. That is really nice. Alright, so I'm just gonna hold A. Chat. Chat, entertain me while I hold A here. Oh, in fact, let's do a poll. I really wish mods could do polls. So, let's see here. I'm confused. So when grinding through these, I put this game on 400% speed, and that's what the game was muted when I started, just because the game does not sound good at 400% speed, unsurprisingly. I should probably unequip this cataclysm. Poor guy. That's more like it. I tend to prefer ATB. I like the strategicness of it, but if it's a turn-based battle with, like, if there's some strategy to it, like Pokemon, it's all about the speed, or in, say, I really like Final Fantasy X's turn-based system, because it's not like you get a turn, they get a turn. It's like a delay-based thing where, you know, speed still matters, and you can get multiple turns before your opponent, and multiple moves, like, to add more delay. It's really neat. This place is new, right? Wait. Oh, that's interesting. That's like a back way into the focus tower? I love the programmer art, zodiac sign things. Like, I mean, how else are you gonna show it in like 10 pixels, but eh. Okay. Oh, and what's everyone's favorite Final Fantasy V setup? So what I have currently is I have 2 mines that have double cast, and either one has summon and time magic, one has white and black magic. And so I can just absolutely spam dual cast anything, because both of my other characters also have Mimic. So I have 2 physicals with Mimic, and one has blue magic. I forget what the other one has. I find Spellblade kind of like underutilized, or like not as good. I do love its job system, but they're with only 1 job slot or ability slot on most characters, a lot of the stuff is just not very useful. I think my favorite job system might be Final Fantasy X-2. That is just a really good freezer crab. Let's do it! Got him. Alright. Should probably like heal. Wow. Full heal. 17 like full heals basically. I've never played an SMT game actually. I played a little bit of Persona 4 Golden, but that's it. As far as like vaguely related game. Well, moderately related. Are they they're not the same universe. I know there's the same devs and everything, but like what's the relation between the two? Because SMT is like post-apocalyptic and like Persona is teenagers save the world and like date and stuff. Yeah, I mean they have that in the name, but I'm not sure like how they relate that ways. I don't know if it's like a Final Fantasy thing where like they're not really related, but same multiverse. Someday I'll play Persona 5. I'm not sure what I think of the system. It's kind of interesting that it streamlines grinding and it kind of limits you on how much grinding you need to do. But it also feels a little dumb. Especially for a live stream. I'm not sure if I should do it off stream, but like, I'll finish this one here. I kind of figured when doing these kind of streams, there'd be a lot more just yapping about nonsense. So I guess a little downtime isn't the worst thing. It's hard to pick like what to off-stream and stuff like this. SMT4 had a paid DLC dungeon you could buy, which is the grinding dungeon. Oh, I hate when games do stuff like that. So the only reason I didn't get a platinum trophy in Like a Dragon, the Hawaii one, I forget the name of it exactly. But like, it is basically impossible to max out the level unless you get the DLC that makes it like way faster. And I don't remember the specifics exactly, but the only thing I had left to do was like basically impossible without spending like, I don't know, 10, 20 bucks on the stupid DLC, and I was like, nah, let's not do that. Oh yeah, how's that new Pokemon ZA DLC? I probably shouldn't buy it, but... So who plays ZA? One of the best Pokemon games in years, and I swear, like, nobody I know is playing it. I even like the PvP. Barely default had a build. Oh wow, I didn't know that. How is that remaster? I never played Bravely Default. It sounds like my kind of thing. I had so many 3DS games, I didn't even like playing on 3DS that much. It just never happened. I also have an Etrian Odyssey game I think I need to finish. When was the last time we got a new Etrian Odyssey game? I think I have 4 on 3DS. Brave default system, incredibly creative. Yeah, it sounds really cool. I'm tempted by the remaster, but I've got a rule that I have to finish all but one of my new, like, physical games that I haven't beaten yet before I buy anything new, so... Get store turns to use later. That's cool. Again, that kind of reminds me of the way Final Fantasy X does it. You can do, like, quick attack and stuff like that. I love messing with turn order and stuff, so that's kind of why I love the ATB system. Like, haste and sloga. Which, I hate when games don't let you, like, a lot of the older Final Fantasy games, like, they would let you have slow, but slow doesn't work against any bosses or anything that you'd actually want to slow down. It's kind of a classic JRPG conundrum in general. That's one thing I love about Pokemon. Everything is susceptible to status effects. Or, you know, abilities and such notwithstanding. But, like, when the only time you would want to use a status effect is against a boss, and 99% of bosses are immune to 99% of statuses, it's like, oh, okay. Oh yeah, auto-grind stuff is really good, so I enjoyed that in Earthbound. That was one of the first times I experienced that sort of system. I don't mind grind if it, like, feels good, so Neptunia has a reputation for being really grindy, but it has a lot of systems, like, there's animation skips, you can just kind of, like, hold a button to just skip through turns really fast, and it just feels really satisfying. Like, the grind isn't too long, and as long as it feels like you're getting stuff, it feels good. By the way, do they still make, like, good Neptunia games? I used to stream every single one that came out for a bit. Oh, we won Exit, so could use that. So yeah, you're definitely supposed to clear this out. You do get unique items and stuff. But let's head into Focus Tower. I do wish the walking speed was a little bit faster in this. I love how Final Fantasy 1 has 3 different instant kill spells, and it's, like, completely unclear what the difference is, though not that anything in Final Fantasy 1 is frankly very clear. Also, a lot of stuff just literally did not work in the NES version of Final Fantasy 1. I wonder how many of us... That's the same thing kind of in Pokemon Gen 1. Not quite as bad as Final Fantasy 1, but I wonder how many people just never use status effects because their first experience with JRPGs is games where, like, the status effects just don't actually work. There's tons of spells in NES Final Fantasy 1. Just they literally don't work, or they do not do anything close to what they're supposed to. So that's probably why if you play that game, you mostly don't do anything that like is status effects. Anyway, seek Ruben in Fireberg. Say, what's this statue for? I love the shrug sprite. Oh, what's this? The intelligence stand does nothing. Oh yeah, I remember that. It opened. Found Venus Shield. So, my stuff is just automatically equipped, yes? Like, I don't fully understand how this thing works. I don't think you can re-equip the old stuff, but it just kind of keeps it here in your inventory? Whatever. Oh yeah, they... Thunderslash in Final Fantasy IX infamously has a bug like that, and they never fixed it. Even in the remaster, they did not fix it. It's kind of shocking. Ooh, Blizzard. That's good. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with this boy. I guess make a jump route? I'm not seeing where that would be... Oh, unless it goes... No, I don't think I can do that. That's extra sad that the lock spell doesn't work right, because, like, accuracy is pretty important for doing damage in Final Fantasy 1, because, like, you do multiple attacks per attack. I think this is just, like, an extra area to get some items. The ultimate spell in FF2 is the ultimate spell. It takes all your stats into consideration. It multiplies them all together, even if some of them are 0. Amazing. Ooh, pretty water. Pink sludge. I think we're looking for a door in here that we couldn't open before. Yeah. What you got? There we go. Saga devs love their, I see. Okay. Does Final Fantasy XIV have anything related to that Absolute Virtue boss? That was a fun read on the wiki. They made this boss that, like, it took, like, like 6 hours to beat or something, and, like, the only way anyone could beat the goddamn thing was exploits, and they kept patching out the exploits because they wanted you to do the quote-unquote the right way, and, like, it was just impossible for people. Oh, god damn it. Okay, so I do in fact need to move that thingy. I hope this thing keeps its position. I'm like 99% I asked this before, but like, can you play Final Fantasy XI now as like just on Steam? Oh yeah, Final Fantasy, I guess it's probably just a common MMO thing, but like, wait. Quite sure where I'm supposed to put that. This damn baby game is kicking my ass. If anyone knows what I'm doing wrong, feel free to let me know. It's like, I'm a little confused here. So it's gotta be this way. Because that's the key we got. So that resets. So... I do not understand the purpose of that block or this room. Huh. Interesting, question mark? So I feel like that there's gotta be something that we do with that block thing in the back door. Adding FF1 themed raids to 14. That sounds cool. It does seem like a very all-encompassing like MMO. Here we are again, so just to make sure. There's gotta be some reason that we can, like, go here. So can I, like, squunch these down? Yeah? I don't get it. Defeated by Baby Game. Anyone know what the deal is with this? I suppose I give up. I'm gonna look up what to do online real quick. The statue so it touches the right side of the small pillar in the middle of the level. I think you mean this? Add back to the 2-floor focus tower enemies. It's a bit confusing of a puzzle for Baby Game, but whatever. I do like the shortcuts on the map too, that's handy. Alright, so now it stays there. Oh, okay, alright. That could have been clearer, but whatever. I almost had the right idea. Oh, that little banner thing is new. I'm trying to kind of like spruce up things with a little more, you know, some more fancy layouts, brand colors, fonts. Let's keep everything looking nice and fancy. There we go. So I'm really low on cure potions. I don't think I need them too much anymore though. Oh, thanks. I wasn't sure how often to like make it pop up. It shows up currently. Slime! Or jelly. Nice. It currently shows up for like half a minute every half an hour. I didn't want it to be like too annoying, but I just kind of wanted to try it out for now. I was a little inspired by, I was watching Games Done Quick, so I was like, you know, this is a really nice professional layout. They, for better or worse, they do a lot of like advertising, and you know, for, if I'm gonna treat this professionally, I'll have to do a little bit of that. I'll try to keep it reasonable, but it is my income source now, so I have to take it a little bit seriously. Oh, by the way, my next goal is $100 on Patreon. I'm working on something where I'll set some like financial goals, and when I hit them, I'll get a little treat for me, and I'll also make something for the community. I'm a little behind on what to do for 100, but that's my next goal. We're already halfway there. I think we're like $52 a month on Patreon. And technically I can add the, I'll add the YouTube membership to that amount. I need to have some kind of, like, tracker so I can put it up on the stream. I kind of wonder if this is just kind of their idea of, like, you know what? Let's teach these people how to grind. Like, it's very basic, but... Okay. Oh, time to make the hedgehog bald. Chat, palette swaps, yes or no? So I like palette swaps when they're like 3D palette swaps, for lack of a better word. So Dark Cloud 2 does this really well. They're quote-unquote palette swaps, but like they have different names, they have different attacks sometimes, and they have different 3D models. It's clearly based on the same enemy, but there's like just a little bit of enough variation to it. Tree! Plant Man! My least favorite Marble Super. Oh! Poor baby! I actually feel sorry for that poor tree. Dragon Warrior had a fun palette swap. Change every pixel of skeleton to black against a shadow enemy. Oh, that's cute. Speaking of NES, I'm not sure how long the game is. This might be a mistake, but I was thinking of playing Sweet Home. NES is a bit early for me. I tend to find it a little bit difficult to play sometimes, depending on the game, but... Uh-oh. Post. Is the grandfather of survival horror game. Yeah, I know, it's, that and Wasteland sound like really interesting. Oh. Same mistake. Gotta heal, girl. I'm just not sure if that's the sort of game I should, like, play first, beforehand. As part of taking things, like, a bit more seriously, some stuff I will probably at least poke around with more off-stream. Not do, like, 100% blind playthrough. But we'll see. Sweet Home takes, like, 20 hours without a guide. See, I could do that now. It's... I probably have to make like a moderately big thing of it, but I'll probably focus more on faster games for right now. This is kind of my whole, like, my experiment for doing JRPG stuff. This is a pretty quick one, I think 14 hours allegedly. So we should be almost halfway done already. I actually found a work-related use for my analog pocket, by the way. So that is a really handy device. I don't like the company a whole ton, but like it's a semi-premium, it's not an emulator, it's what's called the field programmable gate array, and so it basically like configures the CPU to kind of like just act exactly as the system that it's trying to quote unquote emulate. I'm not sure the specifics, but it's not like software emulation. So it's like, it's very accurate, and it's like a Game Boy, but it has... Oh, let's try Blizzard. That is adorable. It's got a really nice screen, which is the main reason to play it. It's a portable, and it's got a lovely LCD screen. It does... You can have some like filters, like CRT stuff, or like emulating different versions of the Game Boy screen. It's pretty nice. But it's fairly expensive to kind of a pain in the butt. But anyway, I found a business use for it because what I'm going to do is I'm loading my ROMs of games that I plan to play for stream, and I can try them out on my Pocket. So I can just kind of do that whenever. I like the Pocket. The company's kind of a pain in the butt. They did do lots of like limited releases and all that crap. And it also uses that stuff, that ABS plastic. I hate that stuff. That's the kind of plastic that most keycaps are, where like if you keep a keyboard for too long, or like game controllers, they get like, I don't know, they like absorb the finger grease and get all shiny and gross. So that thing is already starting to turn a little shiny on me. I've only had it for what, like, I guess 2-3 years now, but like still. I swear, it turns shiny faster than my actual Game Boy. But that may be different, like, plastic, I don't know. But PTB keycaps, those are the ones. If you want to get really nice keyboard, look for PTB keycaps. That's the kind of plastic. It is much more resistant to, like, getting all gross. Which is very important to me. I do not like gross things. Sorry, Nurgle fans. Gemini Crest? That sounds important. What's... Wow, our inventory's looking pretty full already. So I assume that must have been pretty important for it being like, you know... They definitely expect you to go through these. Hopefully they're not too boring, but I'll try to like leave a chapter or something so you can kind of skip the grind when you want to. I love the chapter feature on YouTube. I'm just not sure how many people like actually use it. Poor tree. He did nothing wrong other than trying to like kill me, but still. I'm also considering looking at more like ROM hacks. I was trying to find a big list of Game Boy and Game Boy Color, you know, Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon ROM hacks. All I could find is a big collection of Game Boy Advance ones. That's good too, but I want some, you know, hacks of the old ones. And there's so many, like, downloading them individually just to evaluate would be really a pain in the butt. If anyone has Pokemon ROM hack suggestions, let me know, especially in the comments. Or the Discord. Let's see here. I really need to rearrange my thingy. There we go. I totally redid my stream deck, and I like already need to redo a bunch of stuff. Oop. Please die. Oh, good. By the skin of our teeth. So... Wow. Does Cure just fully heal, or do I just like have that good of magic stat? I don't even know if I have a magic stat. Rip. So one of my favorite things about the Pixel Remaster is it has a really good auto battle system. It's fairly basic, but it speeds up the combat by like 1.5 times, and every character repeats the last move that they used. So it's not like you can just only use attack. You could like just set everybody use Fire-Raga or whatever, and it's pretty handy. Makes grinding quite fast and painless. Whereas in the originals, you'd either have to make your whole team Berserkers, which is classic strat, or just like mash A, or like even worse, actually like menu through things, which we don't want to do that. So like my current team, what I have set up is one of my characters dual casts Bahamut, and then all of the other 3 mimic. So I get 8 casts of Bahamut, and just everything dies more or less. I'm also missing at least 1 summon. I'll have to look that up on the wiki. I'm missing 1 blue magic, which I don't think it was possible to get before where I'm at now, which is the final dungeon. And I'm missing at least 1 summon spell, but I have pretty much everything else. Oh, it's a lot easier to 100% complete the Pixel Remaster ones, too. There's a good map system, and it tells you how many treasures and stuff you missed. Just boulder. This... Kids, you can't just live... A guy came in saying he could open any lock. Okay. The first NPC doesn't introduce me to the town? What the hell? There are tons of monsters in the mine up north. Okay. There's tons of monsters everywhere, but okay, thanks. Nope. How about buying my battle axe for 500 GP? Sure. Hope you're happy with the battle axe. Thanks, thanks, random lady. Imagine a stranger just walks into your house and you're like, you know what? You want to buy a lethal weapon? Huh? I hope you're happy with the steel helm. Wait, what? Oh no! Was this like a choice? Are we in a different universe? What the hell? I already have steel helm. Throw me to the monsters and I'll come back pregnant. Aquaria looks best from the top of the focus tower. Oh, I guess we talked to this lady. There's just, these 2 ladies that sell you items or like have a magical portal between them. That's definitely for sex purposes. Good for them. These bitches gay. Good for them. A mask lets you see through monsters. A mask lets you see the monsters through the gas in the volcano. Okay, so it's like the mirror. Oh. I was not expecting the neon sign. Oh my god, chat. Live music. Hell yeah. What? How about some seeds? Chat, what the fuck do seeds do? I'll take 10. Thanks. Why is it live? Live seeds? How about some cure potion? Nah, I'm good. So there are like... Chat, it's the Runaway 3! I want to listen to this band, yes. Really is Earthbound! For some reason, Elvis like a big thing in early 90s. Do people still think Elvis is alive? How old would he even be at this point? Alright. Nice to see you again, kid. That's all you got. Let's get to the hotel part. I don't think I'd want to like sleep in a hotel right below like live music, but I love that like pointless little victory pose. Just a random old man offering cheap explosives. The volcano seemed odd, so my husband climbed it with his friend. Okay. If a volcano seems odd, you should definitely climb it. But his buddy freaked out, ran home, and locked himself in. A boulder is keeping us from saving Aaron. Okay. You're Ruben, huh? Have you heard about the Crystal of Fire? Heard about the High Elves. I can't deal with that now. I've got to help Dad. Okay. Well, why don't you let me help you? He's stuck behind a boulder. There'd be no problem if we had a mega grenade! But only Dad's friend can use them. I guess my friend is trapped behind a boulder. Let's blow up the boulder that my friend is behind. That'll be good. Where's the guy's house? It's in this town, but he shut himself in. Pay a visit anyway, come on. Alright, we got our duder. Oh, that must be the shut-in's house. I'm gonna take a BRB in like 5 minutes here. I'll finish this town real quick. Get kind of a natural break. Oh, yep, this is the only place I haven't been. What a good place to live. It's locked. Let me guess. You just walk behind it. Oh. No. Please tell me it's this. Oh. Okay. You can't let a monster get the best of you. Oh. Just real quick. Plant man. Oh, we gotta go back to the hotel, okay. The plot's pretty standard Final Fantasy. The crystals are fucked up, we're gonna save the crystals. How about some... What's up? We went to the house in the pit, but the guy wouldn't let us in. You do want in, then take this. Multi-key, thanks. That is one thing I really don't like about old JRPGs, just like... See, we talk to everyone in town. It's not that you need to talk to everyone, it's that you need to trigger a certain event and then re-talk to everyone in town. And there's no particular reason you should talk to that one guy either. I saw the monsters in the volcano. A huge boulder fell and trapped Arion. Only a mega grenade can free him. How do you use one? Just throw it. Only this guy can use mega grenades. How do you use it? Throw it. Learned how to use mega grenade. Go through the abandoned mine to reach the boulder. Do you have the abandoned mine in your basement? Oh, it's the Guardian from, .hack. Alright. I like the weapon upgrade system. I have a problem of, like, not being able to let go of old weapons, especially if they're, like, unique in video games. So I kind of like that you just get straight-up upgrades. But the boulder is clearly right up there. Anyway, quick BRB. Remember to like, vomit, and subscribe. Alright, I'm back. As I said earlier, kind of tired today, but just bad sleep in general. But I would like to... I'll at least finish one more gnomes. I definitely plan to at least finish one more dungeon. I would like to get the the fire crystal before we end here. But I'm feeling like maybe another hour. If I find a good stopping point, I'll probably stop then. But we'll see. I'm staying hydrated, I got a quick snack, so... You might not be in too bad a shape. I definitely think my to-do lists and my like scheduling and stuff is really helping, but just really bad sleep this week out of nowhere. Hail Satan. See, when it first... Oh, sad boys. When it first said Mega Grenade, I thought it was gonna be like, you know, a grenade enemy from, you know, Final Fantasy. Like the bombs, but... Oh, I hate when two monitors don't have, like, proper contrast. That's another win for taking one giant monitor and using it as two, but... I mean, they were pretty cheap, but I had 3 monitors. They were like $70 each. When I first like set up my streaming setup, like 10 years ago. I still have those monitors. One of them, the colors are just messed up in general. I don't even think it's a contrast thing. 2 of them match perfectly, but the other one is just, ugh. It's not a big deal unless you have all 3 of them together, so... I just use them as like backup PCs or monitors now. I was kind of torn on remastered music in games, so in the Pixel remaster, I pretty much only used the original music. The remastered, it's not bad or anything, it's like real instruments and all that, but I don't know, I just kind of prefer the original. I feel it's a bit more punchy, at least in the games that I tried the different music in. Like, you really just can't beat the original Battle in the Big Bridge, like, hell yeah. In a lot of ways, Final Fantasy V is really where Final Fantasy starts for me. Like, it's got the Gilgamesh, you know. 4 kind of started with the more, well, with having characters with any sort of personality whatsoever. But 5 kind of made it even more about the characters, and... I don't know, I like 5. It's a little underrated. Mostly because it didn't come out in the US until either the PlayStation 1 or Game Boy Advance release. I'm not sure which was first. That wrong every time, but whatever. For back when this game came out, just being able to hold A to attack is actually a really nice quality of life feature. Any kind of like speeding up the game at all was quite rare until honestly like PS3 gen is when I first started seeing that. Disgaea always had that, so PS2 for that case, but like Pokemon has like skip at battle animations, but it helps, but not as good as more modern stuff. There we go. So you definitely want to do those. There's a perfectly clear path to that boulder, but whatever. Clear that one out later. Do some real battles. So it sounds like I'm gonna need another key item. Oh, hello. Another key item to see enemies. Ooh, spooky. Sorry, there's a boner warning on stream right now. I love the damage sprites, it's so good. This game puts a surprising amount of humor into something with like extremely little dialogue, and most of the dialogue isn't really very comedic. Mostly just your character's dumb reactions to things that's funny. Like the shrug. The shrug is very good. Ooh, I like that it's even faster. What the hell's going on in here, kids? I want a morning star. It's literally me. Chat, I just got full Nelson'd by a tree? Okay. Chat, would you rather be full Nelson'd by a tree or suplexed by a train? Oh, turn-based is actually winning the poll. So many people seem to just absolutely hate turn-based battles. They can definitely drag on, but more modern games handle turn-based battles a lot better. Like I said before, Final Fantasy X is a really good example of that. The combat is very quick. As good as this track is, I do wish they had more music. So honestly, one of the biggest upgrades that Paper Mario Thousand Year Door Remake has is there is unique battle music for every different area. Almost every boss has unique music, so there's like 5 times as much music in general. It's really good. They're remixes of like the usual battle theme and stuff, but like so good. Especially like the spooky area battle music, and on the moon is so good. It must be a real pain in the neck for this guy. Alright, this better be worth it. When I saw they were like the brown chests, I'm like, could this really be worth it? No. No, it can't. Alright. Okay. Oh crap, it's a one-way thing! They have a preference between action and turn-based, but I voted action because clicky. See, what I like about turn-based is that it lets you have like more complex strategies, because Final Fantasy VII Remake actually does this quite well, but what I was really worried about with that is like, oh, the other 2 characters are on autopilot, and so I'm like really just, you know, doing one character, but they have a really interesting ATB system in that game. It's like 1 billion hours, but I might stream that sometime. I'm still just getting back into like longer streams, so we'll see. I really am missing that auto battle thing from Pixel Remaster. Did they ever remake this game? For the purpose of the retro gaming streams, I'm probably going to be mostly playing the original versions of stuff, unless like a remaster just comes out. But sometimes a good remaster can really help. My bad sleep is finally catching up to me. We're definitely gonna finish this dungeon, and I might call it quits there. I just gotta build up my streaming stamina again. I used to go like 6+ hours. I can definitely do that again. It's just gotta build back up to it. This game is definitely reminding me of Mother 1, aka Earthbound Beginnings. That game was fixed with a single item. Tomato, famous for like Earthbound Legends of Localization stuff. They added an item called the Easy Ring to that game in their fan translation. And what it did, all it really did, actually was it a translation by Tomato, or because like they had a prototype version of that. I don't know if Tomato did their own translation but they released a version of it. Anyway, what it has is there's an item called the Easy Ring, and all it really does is it cuts the encounter rate in half, and it doubles the experience. So you fight half as many battles, and it doesn't matter, because, you know, double experience. It doesn't unfortunately waste your item slot. Ooh, neat. Not exactly waste, because it's so helpful, but it's just kind of necessary for the game. It's an 80s RPG, and if you've ever played an 80s RPG, you know what that means. It's not super positive. But cutting the encounter rate in half really helps. It honestly still feels like a lot. It's a fun game, but if you play the Mother series, aka Earthbound, I would really start with Earthbound, then Mother 3, then Earthbound Beginning / Mother 1. It's a really interesting game, especially for its time, but it's kind of rough. They also like basically did not test the final dungeon, more or less, so it's crushingly difficult. Let's mount a toy, aka Holy Lowly Mountain in the original, I believe. Not for the reason you might think. This I'm pretty sure. Flazzard. It's like a flaccid Charizard. I don't like that. It's like the first time I've missed in this like whole game. I'm sure I've missed before, but I don't remember one. So tired of like medical appointments and setting stuff up for scheduling and driving everywhere. And I'm hoping that I'm like one final step away from getting HRT, but it just always seems to be something. Charm Claw actually charm enemies, or... I'm not impressed with this weapon so far. It looks pretty, but... I don't think this thing is very good. But I still need it because of this stuff anyway. Oh, I beat Metroid Prime 4. It's pretty good. They added a quote-unquote open world segment, but like, the game is more linear than the average Metroid game. It's kind of weird. It's not bad. I love that it's 120 FPS. That is so nice. The controls are great. Combat feels pretty good. It's a little bit too easy, but the hard mode probably fixes that. Um, it's just very linear, and it tries way too hard to give you hints. Like, there's a special button to press to get hints, but if you play long enough, they just give you hints anyway. And so, like, this is especially annoying part where, so you clear out the first area, and there's literally only 2 new places to go, and the tutorial character still manages to spoil which one to go to first. It's like, come on. just let me poke around a little bit. Also, I missed like 1 green crystal, 1 scan, and 3% of items somehow. And I save over, like... I didn't understand how the New Game Plus thing worked, so like I basically lost my file and I'd have to restart to try and get 100%. Which... not now. It's a good game, but it's like my 3rd or 4th favorite Prime game. I really like Echoes. I really hope they remake that. Metroid Prime 2. That was pointless. Wow. I may be too much of a bimbo for this map right now. Let's clear this out real quick. It's not a major dungeon. It shouldn't be that big, right? This might have something good anyway. I'm surprised Emo Hawk is the emulator I'm using. I'm surprised it doesn't have a feature where, like, once you turn on fast forward, it mutes the audio. I always appreciate that because fast forwarded audio is bad. At least it accepts background input though, especially when streaming. That is very nice. It's like I'm using my controller and sometimes I need to like click out to get a guide or something. Calm down with the earthquakes, bro. I guess I should probably use these in my magic more, huh? Apparently morning stars are axes. Okay. Alright, there's no way these things are weak to fire, so... Why is Thunder Wizard? This is blatant tree abuse. I don't like it. I guess at least it kind of spaces out the battlefield things, but... it's definitely one of those things where I could really deal with, like, half as many of them. Alright, 2 more. Do here watches speedruns. I tend to like RPG speedruns that are like short, which is tends to be hard to find. Pokemon ones can be pretty fun. Most Pokemon games you can do in under 4 hours, which is pretty surprising. I tend to watch the GDQ ones just because they're really good commentary. I like knowing what's going on, and like, if you watch somebody grind out, you know, ILs and world record attempts. It's neat, but you're not getting like the full picture. You know, if they're doing it all the time, they're not explaining every trick, every run. So we didn't go this way. Oh crap, everything respawned too. I didn't actually know that was an exit, but that's my bad. Oh, by the way, we're now streaming from 100% wired connection. Yes, I was streaming previously on wireless because assorted reasons, but I managed to run a cable to my PC and it's not too ugly. I still need to redo my office a little bit, but hopefully that should avoid certain issues, and I'm also getting better internet next week, so excited for that. 2 gigabit, which I'm not going to be streaming in 2 gigabit quality, but still nice. And with Ethernet, I might actually get most of that, because with Wi-Fi, I tend to get about 350 megabits, or bytes, I'm not sure which, at most. I'm not sure if that's my current ISP or not. I was so excited to not have appointments next week because I was so exhausted from them this week, and now I have, I'm gonna have to get like an ultrasound, I'm gonna have to get, the internet appointment, but that should be pretty quick. I need to make a couple of phone calls. It's not a huge deal, it's just like... Alright, I should probably not be wasting too many spells. Strip them naked. The text is nice and fast, which is handy too. So... Everything looks the same, it's really kind of hard to tell where I am. I think this is new though. I believe we're finally making progress. Bones are down. Lower your boners. That's a one-way, so let's go in here first. What are you? What are those? Oh. So many one-ways! Alright, let's fight this discount Mega Man character. Oh my god! It's freaking Oni. Oh, excuse me, a genie. Go with that AoE. I got beamed! Ow. Wait, you don't have, like, cure? Okay. I wonder if he has limited number of items. I'll heal after this. How many HP is each large block? It's very confusing. It's not like 100 or anything. Better. Hypno sleep. Oops. Uh-oh. That in battle and out of battle, there's different inputs to change the manual, like, override on the character. Oh, you have a revive spell, that's good. That didn't help very much. not obliterate me. I'm alright, I'm alright. Wait. Me first. Do you use items from my pool? No! Crap. Not looking very good. Oh, wow. Oh, that's a full heal. Not bad. And you're dead. And I can't revive you. This guy's definitely like a mini-boss. He hasn't even changed sprite yet. I hope this means he's like the exit boss, because... Oof. Dang. Ooh! Like, 7 HP left. 7 ticks. It's very... I would really just prefer... Oh. Oh, for Pete's sake! I don't think I can do this with one character down. Oh, come on! It's not that. So you can never run away from the only battles you'd actually want to run away from. Can I rearrange myself if I use exit? Wait, what? Oh, it's one of those... I want me to leave the battle. That's like a banish... Yeah, useless. So if I give up, do I like lose progress, or is it like Earthbound where I like respawn? I guess we'll save state and find out. Nope, it goes back. Okay. Crap. Well, this kind of sucks. Again, this is very Saga series where it's just like easy, 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 crushingly difficult. It doesn't help that I guess I was just supposed to know this was a boss, but... It's faster too, which is a big problem. I guess axe. Okay, that's a start. I guess this might work as long as I just keep healing the weaker full party damage he deals. Can't really tell us what's doing the most damage. Open your eyes, buddy. I guess the axe does a little bit more damage. Cure. At least we get a lot of cures to cast. Uh-oh. Oh! We're good. Barely. Alright, alright. We're getting there. I'm just gonna preemptively heal. Of course, when I'm planning to go second, I don't. We have plenty of heals, so we can just play this really safe. He's going back in the lamp, bitch. Not die yet. Aww. There we go! Nice. Are you the exit? Oh. Oh! Hello, Duncan, Idaho. We're close enough to blow up the boulder. Dad, stand back. That is not... Whatever. And the boulder crushes the town. We did it! Ruben, I knew you'd save me. Please head home to Mom. Right, you two be careful. Zelda, let's return to Fireburg. Okay. So can I just exit? Very good. I always appreciate a nice escape rope. So I go down here now. This earthquake is kind of annoying. What do you got to say? Did you have 10 GP for a cup of coffee? He robbed me! Magic floating old man robbed me. Wow. I got some cure potions, so it's alright. So does this respawn every time I go back in? Sure does, okay. Easy way to stock up. Not bad. Back to the spicy town. Ooh, I like this track. Hi, Snorlax. I really hope we don't lose this character as soon as I go back to town. Let's take one quick peek at an enemy, then go back to town. Oh, spooky ghosts! Sad boys. Zelda's eepy and needs to sleep. Good variety of enemy sprites. Oh, I want that. I'm sure we have to go here anyway, so let's just go back to town. Surely it won't take away my guest character and leave me alone? Yeah. We get it. So... didn't mean to do that. Take a quick eep. One thing I do really like about the spells per day system, it does definitely encourage you to actually use ins. A lot of more modern RPGs, it just feels like your character is just completely wired on potions and shit all day and just never sleeps. I assume we're going back here. So we can't use that. excuse me. So aside from looking pretty, this Charm Claw seems pretty bad. How many explosives I got? I'm kidding. Oh, here's Ruben's house. Thanks. I saved your bro and all you gotta say, yeah, thanks. I guess. Oh! He's in bed. I didn't even see him. Spooky. I forgot to tell you, the Crystal of Fire is in the Lava Dome. Okay. I guess we're just going straight to the volcano then. The Lava Dome. Is the Lava Dome different from Volcano? We didn't lose our character, so that's good enough for me. Take a quick peek into this area. I want that big chest. Ooh, doggos! Werewolf. Clearly a Cerberus, but okay. Our games need funny damage sprites, like hell yeah. Oh. You poor babies. I especially love the one, it's like that Ghidra meme, where the one is all derpy. Oh! We are in fact getting that chest. We found white! Okay. White. I'm guessing that's holy because this was back when Nintendo censored anything related to religion. I hate to stream like such a short thing, but yeah, I'll just save here. Oh, I can! Oh! Oh, okay. Well, let's just do that. Figure. Control, automate. Oh. Uh-oh. Where was it? It's almost. Alright, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Just a little tired today, so a little short stream. Next week, our streams are 1 hour later, 6 p.m. Central Time, GMT -5. I have the stream scheduled, so you can just go to my channel page and see the time zones, or see the time in your time zone and get a reminder and all that stuff. You can always just go to zelda.zone to see when the next stream is going to be. Or zelda.zone/live. I need to revamp my website a bit, but thanks for watching. Have a great night, everybody. I am hoping to sleep at a normal hour tonight, but we'll see.